Well, hello there, my fellow brothers, sisters, gamers, and anime lovers. This is Buster here again with another reaction video. Someone asked for this, although it is throwing shade at a certain. It's just basically Yak Man just describing what Blizzard is doing. But I don't know what's happening, and the drama is not something I follow too much. But still, let's hear about this because this was requested by someone who I cannot find anymore because the comment section has been filled with with so many that I've lost it within the sea of comments. So I'm sorry if I don't know who you are, but please leave a comment down below to tell me that it was you who recommended this video. So this is basically Blizzard is still terrible by the Ackman. So let's get on with it, and I hope that I don't get in trouble for it.
And that is why China's dick tastes so good in my mouth.
What's going on, Activision Blizzard? What are you guys up to?
Hey, Actman, we're banning a Hearthstone player because he stood up for civil rights.
That sounds really douchey.
It is, but you know me. You wanna get some pussy later, dog, bro, dude? Yeah, pound some brews.
Is that
What's
Opera
up, Blizzard?
GX?
How's it hanging?
It's going really good, Actman. We just remastered Warcraft 3 and it's a total dumpster fire. The fans.
I have to say that was the worst kind of waste of money for anyone. I don't know if you guys are gonna buy it, but I recommend you do not because I've seen all the things that's not there, and I doubt Blizzard would even be putting any more attention to it because of how much hate and shade it's being thrown at it. It's just a pile of crap. I would take the old game rather than this remastered crap. Talk about remastered. Dead Space remastered is there's a trailer for it now. I hate horror games, but how it looked from the original, that is how you do a remaster. Alright? If you guys are curious, go search Dead Space Remake. There's a trailer out there. It's amazing and horrifying at the same time. I cannot stand horror games. And if you ask me or request me to do horror games, I will not listen unless you get 1,000 people to like or side with you to make me play a horror game. Nope, no siree.
Fans hate it. Yeah, that was pretty soul-crushing. You know me.
I feel that.
And tomorrow I'm gonna lay off 800 employees because...
Why?
You know me, Activision Blizzard here. Wow, it's almost like you guys can't stoop any lower.
Can't stoop any lower? Oh, yeah?
You just had to say something. Oh my gosh, this is bad. And what is that hat? Egghead from Marvel?
So if you haven't heard, I hate to be the bad news bear, but Blizzard is still a terrible company. In fact, they might be even worse than we previously thought.
Guys, answer me this. What is your very first Blizzard game? For me, it was StarCraft, and then it was Warcraft, and then Overwatch. All right, just tell it in the put it down in the comments below. Remember, if you don't want my ugly face talking over the video, the link to the video is in the description below. Just look at it.
It's impossible!
They've recently come under fire for some serious allegations, and a California lawsuit has been filed against them for sexual misconduct and harassment, treating their female employees like crap, unfair pay, and fostering a frat boy culture.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
No.
Which, after reading all this stuff,
Cringe.
is very offensive to actual fraternities. Because some of the stuff they're being accused of is appalling. But for 1 second, let's try to be objective. To my knowledge, these are allegations, not proven facts.
Okay.
Even a company as bad as Activision Blizzard.
So basically, it's still not confirmed or anything, so we can't jump to conclusions unless new evidence has been brought into light and more things get cleared up. Alright? So to my viewers out there, the more you know, and knowing is half the battle. Just make sure to not jump to conclusions. That's the worst thing a person could ever do. Alright?
Blizzard deserves to be viewed as innocent until proven guilty. That being said,
What's the point in holding cases for innocent people? For I don't remember the specific line, but that's what Sarge said. What's the point in holding trials for innocent people?
it's not looking good. I think this story was broken by Jason Schreier, and this man is a national treasure. He is a shining beacon of what games journalism should be. Breaking story after story, revealing the seedy underbelly of the games industry and the truth that we would all rather look away from.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen some of my other videos on Blizzard, really go check them out.
Why
To
is Sweeney
summarize,
the-
I have a love-hate relationship with Blizzard, and it's basically been like watching my best friend get hooked on methamphetamine. So, very sad. As a company, they fell long ago. But this
Merger.
is pretty much the nail in the coffin for me. And to be clear, these accusations are aimed specifically at Blizzard and not so much Activision. However, we'd be fools to think Activision has had no part in the radical change of the company's culture. So the allegations in this
Okay.
lawsuit were compiled over a 2-year investigation conducted by the state of California. I repeat, the state of California. So this is not some random tweet with no factual backing whatsoever. It's a little bit more serious than that. The lawsuit alleges that women were paid disproportionately to men at the company, even at the executive level. They were promoted less often than men and terminated faster. In the office, women are subjected to cube crawls, in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol as they crawl their way through cubicles and engage in inappropriate behavior towards female employees.
Is this even
Getting
true?
hammered on the job sure does a great job of explaining the current state of World of Warcraft. Male employees proudly come into work hungover, play video games for long periods, and delegate their responsibilities to female employees, engage in banter about their sexual encounters, and joke about rape.
Why are we still here?
Why is that even? They're not even human beings at this point. And that's just sick and disgusting. I feel sorry for the people, and I hope and pray that you are doing well. But the people who did those awful things, I hope that it is acted upon and done something about. But still, I don't know with the I don't know with the system in place and the nonsense we always deal with in our lives. It's not something I could get into, but still, I hope justice has been dealt. That's all we can always hope for. But still, kudos to kudos to Act Man for putting this together. Sheesh, that's gonna be a lot of work.
Just to suffer.
It's too far to back out now, boys. I have to keep talking about this. If you want to make a rape joke,
Rip it off.
with your
Rip the
buddies
Band-Aid
in
off.
a private voice chat, that's one thing. But like on the job, in a company, next to women, it goes on to say female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, having to fend off unwanted sexual comments and advances by their coworkers and supervisors. Motherfucking supervisors are catcalling in the offices and being groped at the cube crawls. I just want to say I don't think it's necessarily a problem that there's like a lot of men working in the games industry.
Get the no horny bat. Everybody grab the no horny bat. We're gonna go on a parade.
Kind of like I don't have a problem that there's a lot of females working in the makeup industry, but this type of behavior is totally reprehensible. You know, if you're gonna be a shitty person, at least do it in the privacy with your boys and not at the expense of someone else that's like literally right next to you.
Be shitty in the privacy with your own voice. All I can say to that is just be a decent human being. I don't find dark humor or any kind of humor regarding a person's for the sake of making fun of a person or joking at their expense is funny. Nope, there's nothing like that. I don't care about things like that. It's not something that should be condoned or even smiled upon. God forbid, that should not be approved in any way. Dark humor, there's no humor in something dark like, ugh, I'm not even gonna get into that. It's just, how hard is it to be a decent person? I guess we're all degenerates right now. I'm not claiming I'm perfect, but still, I try to be a decent person.
Dark humor has its place, but it's not in the workplace.
It has no place in the world at all. That's my opinion about dark humor. It has no place. It's nothing funny about something bad happening to something else or someone else, or even if it's the most vile scumbag person. Joking about something like anything about dark, or even let's just get over it. I don't want to even. I'm triggered right now. It's not even funny.
So these are pretty damning accusations, but just wait, it gets worse. In a particularly tragic example, a female employee committed suicide during a business trip with a male supervisor who had brought butt plugs and lubricant with him on the trip. Prior to the trip, lewd images of her had been passed around the studio at a holiday party. Now, I can't say for sure that all this happened. I wasn't there. But it's unusually specific, don't you think? The lawsuit continues to say that executives and human resources knew about the harassment, failed to do anything about it. I'm not going to dive too far into the lawsuit itself, because it just gets worse and worse. Again, on its own, this is pretty horrible stuff, and Activision Blizzard deserves a chance to defend themselves. But if this is all true, then you can really see the, performative action they're doing to be like, we're all inclusive and we're for diversity and women and yay!
So it's just smoke and mirrors. Cue that, Johnson. Smoke and mirrors. If you're going to be an asshole, be honest about it. I don't know if that's gonna work or anyone would listen to that, but still. I know I get myself into scruffles and just basically just try to be better. I try to be.
You know, the whole shtick that they're doing with Overwatch and during Pride Month, you can really see the true nature of the company in stuff like this. Do I think Blizzard is led by sexist executives? Well, here's an interesting clip that has resurfaced.
I love the fact that you have a lot of very strong female characters. However, I was wondering if we could have some that don't look like they've stepped out of a Victoria's Secrets catalog.
So, you're saying we should have ugly people in Overwatch? I'm saying that they don't have to be sexy at all, but at least we have regular characters in there, that's fine. Handsome men? We got Junkrat, he's not that handsome. I'm gonna trigger somebody with that joke. Junkrat mains, I hate you all. I hate you. I had to deal with your stupid grenades and damn traps. It makes me sick to even try and dodge or even avoid your freaking grenades. But still, it is indeed annoying.
What do you mean?
Wait. Which catalog would you like them to step out of?
So, we feel you, and we want to vary our female characters, absolutely. So, yeah, we'll pick different catalogs.
Wow. That was fucking terrible. Granted,
I have to agree with Ackman there. That was scummy. That's just... that kind of comment, you're just asking for a slap. I'm not saying that she was wrong. It's just, if that was phrased in a better way, basically saying, can we have characters that don't have to be so extravagant, don't have to be big boobed, or have skin-tight clothing, that's fine. We can, you can make art out of anything, but don't make it provocative or something else. I'm fine with like Brigitte. I'm fine with her armor. It's so nice to see, so beautiful. I'm just disappointed they removed her crown thing in the Overwatch 2 design. It's just bleh. It's feeling lackluster. But still, and I hate annoying Brigitte basically macing me up the butthole every time I freaking get close. So annoying. But still, you don't have to make them so freaking exaggerated with their... I'm not even gonna try. But still.
This was 11 years ago. It doesn't mean much on its own, but consider...
It's been that long? Wow, time flies. 11 years. I jumped the Overwatch bus a bit late. I bought the game a few years ago, at least 2 years ago, and played it recently. I'm glad I bought the Legendary Edition because I got many of the heroes unlocked and I don't have to work for anything about that. The only hero I'm still having a problem with in the Battle Pass is Kiriko. 55? You gotta be kidding me.
Considering that these are like the executives for Blizzard is kind of indicative of greater cultural problems at the company. They didn't even answer this lady's question.
Yeah, we'll pick different catalogs.
The response was so patronizing and disrespectful. This person came to your convention, dude. They're obviously a fan. And here's the thing. If this is how they all address a completely innocuous question at their own convention in public, it begs the question, how much worse is it behind the scenes? But then the next question was...
And I was just wondering if you have any plans for female druid forms?
And the dude is like...
That's a difficult one. Like, it's gonna be tricky. We'll do what we can. How's that?
It's tricky. We'll let you know. So these are not good looks at all. Again, it doesn't summarize everything about Blizzard, but I'm just trying to connect the dots, you know what I mean? I did some research and found some employee reviews on Blizzard, some from over 5 years ago, and many of them would say stuff like, oh, it's a great place to work, but yeah, there's rampant sexism. There can be a bit of gamer culture, men say sexist things, including people's managers. When I did encounter sexism, it was from upper management. Sexism at Blizzard is not malicious, it is just there as a point of fact. I advise women to accept the position at Blizzard, but go into it knowing that you have to fight for your voice to matter. Yes, the very plaque that sits outside Blizzard
This
HQ
is just dumb.
is nothing more than a facade. A relic of a bygone era.
That's one way to put it.
I have experienced casual sexism from coworkers, but never felt targeted or limited in my opportunities for being a woman. Unethical employee practices regarding compensation and performance reviews. Company is riddled with sexual harassment that sometimes gets covered up. You should see a pattern here. I could go on, and I intend to. But I more so want to point out that everything we're hearing now, people have been saying about Blizzard for years. We just haven't really paid all that much attention to it.
Okay.
Tons of former employees are coming out and sharing their experiences on Twitter. Whether or not it's all true or can be corroborated, it's the common themes that have me worried. You know, it's like the Bill Cosby effect. Like, there's a lot of people coming out and saying the same stuff. If this lawsuit is really to go anywhere, I think it will have to rely on witness testimony and some hard evidence. But should you have that, it should probably be an open and shut case. Cons: drug use, bullied and hostile work environment, unfair wage practices. And the greater point in many of these employee reviews is, again, company culture is not what it used to be. Greed and shady practices have taken over Blizzard. And we've seen this idea supported by their treatment of Blitzchung, the Diablo 3 auction house, Diablo Immortal. Do you guys not have phones? Employee layoffs and Warcraft 3
What a
Reforged.
jerkwad.
All this stuff I've talked about in the past, it's just one giant clusterfuck. And now it's like the tipping point. Like, this is the last straw. But let's hear both sides, because J. Allen Brack, the CEO, has responded. In an email to staff, he says, the behavior detailed in the allegations is completely unacceptable. My aunt was a saint, blah, blah, blah. That is why equality is so important to me.
How does that have any bearing that my aunt was a saint? What the frick? Are you even freaking... I don't know. It's just... Does that have any relation to the case? If it's not, that's a load of horse baloney. You get me?
You hear that, guys? We like women are cool, equality. Am I distracting you from the allegations? It's like, shut up, dude. Shut your mouth. I disdain bro culture and
Okay,
have spent my career
nice.
fighting against it.
Nice,
What catalog
Ackman.
is that Tauren female coming out of?
Not one you'd read.
Yeah. Sexy cow business.
You can't milk those.
You are a pig, sir. You are a pig. Say, that's completely contradictory, mister. I think you're projecting a bit.
Giving bro culture and fraternities a bad name, dude. Groping women and making sexual comments towards them in the workplace, that's not bro culture. That's fucking douchebag culture. Bro culture is about being competent as a man, like elbowing your buddies and saying, fuck you, dude. And they're being like, fuck you too. God, I love you. It's
Wow.
about being bros with your friends. So an Activision Blizzard executive, Fran Townsend, also wrote an email. He's much more aggressive. A recently filed
mistake
lawsuit
there.
presented a distorted and untrue picture of our company, including factually incorrect, old, and out-of-context stories. I am proud to be a part of a company that takes a hardline approach to inappropriate or hostile work environments and sexual harassment issues. Judging by those employee reviews and the swath of people that have come out, this sounds like a thing that is not true. We cannot let egregious actions of others in a truly meritless and irresponsible lawsuit damage our culture of respect and equal opportunity for all employees. I don't think they'd spend 2 years investigating these claims and filing a lawsuit if it was truly without merit. Another Activision executive said the lawsuit wasn't true because they refused to inform us what issues they perceived. He says they rushed to file an inaccurate complaint, as we will demonstrate in court.
Why would they say what your infraction is for you to clean up your evidence? Is that it? That's one way to CSI things.
Bro, 2 years is not rushed. We are sickened by the reprehensible conduct of the DFEH to drag into the complaint the tragic suicide of an employee whose passing has no bearing whatsoever on this case, and with no regard for her grieving family. So someone did kill themselves. Never mind that. Never mind that it was on a company vacation. How dare you bring it up? They're grieving families. Yeah, an employee committing suicide on a business trip sounds pretty relevant. This dude is basically expressing how pissed he is that the company was blindsided by this massive lawsuit, and obviously the inevitable fallout that is to come. So I try to be objective when these things happen, like with Pro Jared, and everyone jumped on him because it was so easy to. But this seems a lot more legitimate. Like, I learned a very valuable lesson from the whole Pro Jared incident, and that was like twit longer, dude. Those were 2 tweets from 2 people. This is an actual lawsuit. It's not enough that the overall culture of Blizzard has been contaminated by greed over the years, but even worse, it sounds like a super toxic work environment. I think when you're trying to look at stuff in the early stages of lawsuits like these, it's hard to come to an immediate conclusion like, do I think they did it or not? I would not be surprised if many of these claims were true, and I'm basing that on how long this stuff has been said before, the detail that goes into it, the amount of time spent investigating, the actual lawsuit is being filed by the state of California. These are things that indicate to me there is a greater chance of this being true than some random Twitter user posting a twit longer. You know what I mean? Like, there is a big difference.
Sometimes you just can't take any tweets seriously. Sometimes it's just not real or just making rumors. It's just, in my country, I don't know if you're gonna understand it. Ang daming chismoso sa bansa namin, nakakainis. If I translate that into English, there's a lot of people who just churn out gossip, and it's annoying and freaking just. I just wanna just dust it off and just move on. That's how I see those kind of things happening.
Blizzard continues to be a disgrace to the very industry that they built up. They continue to insult their fans, their employees, and their own code of ethics. It's extremely disappointing, and I know this statement won't age well, but I can't imagine Blizzard's reputation getting any worse. One last thing I'd like to mention is the previous CEO.
And then Blizzard is just gonna walk up and say, well, I'm here to disappoint you.
CEO Mike Morhaime actually addressed some of these issues. I have read the full complaint against Activision Blizzard and many of the other stories. It is all very disturbing and difficult to read. I am ashamed. It feels like everything I thought I stood for has been washed away. What's worse, but even more important, real people have been harmed, and some women had terrible experiences. Some of this stuff was still going on while Mike was there, but I'm kind of willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. The fact that so many women were mistreated and were not supported means we let them down. In addition, we did not succeed in making it feel safe for people to tell their truth. It is no consolation that other companies have faced similar challenges. I wanted us to be different, better. I realize that these are just words, but I wanted to acknowledge the women who had awful experiences. I hear you, I believe you, and I am so sorry to have let you down. I find it ironic that the reply from the ex-CEO is much more compassionate than anything we've heard from current executives at Blizzard and Activision.
Oh, that's saying something.
At the end of the day, I'm currently leaning towards believing these accusations. However, Activision Blizzard do deserve a day in court, a chance to defend themselves, and we'll just have to wait until then. We'll have to wait until more information comes out to really make a definitive judgment. But yes, Blizzard is still a terrible company. That hasn't changed, whether or not this is true or not. But yeah, I think it's important to come out and talk about big issues like this in the games industry. I don't consider myself a games journalist, but you know, maybe I'm doing something good by highlighting it and covering it. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. All right.
Okay, that's it. What do you mean Modern Warfare 2 is a gem covered in diarrhea? It was fun. I got to play the beta. The game modes were fun. The shooting was somewhat there are some issues sometimes, but most of the time when I played Modern Warfare 2, the new one, it's just the gunplay is so smooth. It's smooth like a. I'm not gonna even quote that. I'm sorry, but still, there's a lot of things to say about that. But still, I keep saying that stupid word. Well, if you guys want more Ackman videos, I can react to this. Modern Warfare 2 is a gem covered in diarrhea because I am certainly triggered because I bought the Vault version and you're saying it's garbage again, or you have something to complain because the game was good. The game is good, in my opinion. I have yet to see the full product, but still, the first taste of it, the beta, was good. Okay, until next time, I'm sorry it take you so long, 28 minutes, that's a long... I know I'm a blabbermouth. So, until next time, I'll see you again soon.